Hello, thanks for visiting. You come to see what I've been up to again? Well, I was just about to tidy away, but I'll show you round and round my garden instead. Now I'm certain anyone who's been in the orchard at school will recognise this. It's a little pear tree. Mine's growing in a pot, so it hasn't got massive leaves yet, but fingers crossed we'll have some blossom and some lovely fruit again this year. Very small, but tasty. We've got a few herbs down here. I've got a nice rosemary and some anemones. And wow, I'm so pleased with this. One of our nectarine trees. Got some blossom on. So you don't get them to be particularly big, but they are very tasty. And this is a bird cherry. You can see where all the blossom was, and all of these will produce tiny little cherries. And the birds absolutely love them. They can't really be made into a pie or anything else because they're too small, but think about all that wildlife, and they really, really enjoy it. Ah, there's a little bit of blossom there. That's what it looks like. And it's usually gone before the rest of the cherries start to come into blossom, so you usually know which sort of cherry it is. I'll just show you my project. Now, as some of you know, I've got a friend called Ed the Shed, and he lets me use his wood turner, but because he doesn't live with me, I've had to try and finish a project that I started with him earlier on in the year. I'm kind of making more mess than I anticipated, but I'm getting there. Right, let me show you our crab apple. We haven't got any blossom yet, but as you can see, it's an excellent little bird feeder, and all the little twisted branches so that the birds can hide in them when they're having a feed, and it stays away from they can stay away from next door's cat. Now we've got two residents in our garden. This is Rosie and Manny. They look a bit strange, but they're our bird feeders. They're empty at the moment, but they were filled every morning, and the birds come down and feed out of their hands. The thought is eventually, if I sit quietly enough, a bird might land on me and I can feed it out of my hand as well, but it hasn't happened yet. We've got more herbs. This one's a lemon thyme, and it smells really nice and lemony and fresh. It can go in salads and salad dressings, and that gives it a nice zingy flavour. Off we go, and we've got a massive peach tree. You can just about see right up there the blossom. The blossom always comes first before the leaves, which means if we have quite a hard frost, it'll sadly kill most of the blossom off, and you won't get particularly good harvest that year. So fingers crossed we're going to get nice weather until such time that they're all set, so I can get lots and lots of tasty peaches. We've now got a lovely piece of tree called a Rowan. Oh, it's also a mountain ash. Nice wood for carving, and you can make lots of little skewers and things for cooking with. And they've got little flowers on them at the moment, little bulb bits. It's also apparently planted in people's gardens to ward off witches. Now, I can't say whether that's true or not, but what I can say is no witches have visited my garden since I planted this 8 years ago. I'll leave you with that one. And here we come to our apple tree. Got some blossom on the way. And again, it's grown in a pot, quite a big pot. And I've got lots and lots of wild garlic growing in here as well. The leaves can be eaten. When they come into flower, the flowers can be eaten, and so can the bulbs. Not quite as strong as usual garlic, but it's really, really tasty, and it's quite nice eaten raw. And here we have our cairn. If you have a look closely, I've got things like fossil ammonites and all sorts of other things that are in there. Nice to have a little look through now and again. And some lemon verbena. Nice to make into a hand cream or some tea if you've got a bit of a sore throat. Nice lemony flavour. And we bring us up to our Japanesea. You can see that he's just starting to come into leaf. It's pink, a little bit of red and green, and it'll eventually be a bright green. We don't really use anything with it other than a nice decoration. And it's just somewhere nice to sit in the shade when it gets a bit too hot. Now I'm sure you all recognise this one. We've got a few of these in the orchard at school. This is a hazel tree. The catkins have already gone, so hopefully we'll get some nice nuts later on in the year and harvest them before the squirrels decide to pinch them, those naughty things. Off we go, past my fire pit and onto a lovely cherry tree. As you can see, it's full of blossom, and hopefully very nice to harvest late spring, well, late summer, early spring. But usually the birds steal those, so it's a bit mean. We've got the curry plant here. Here we go again. Actually smells like curry, although for some reason it's not used in curry food. It used to be some sort of scent that you'd put in the house in Tudor and Victorian times to keep bugs away, but I don't know whether I would rather have the bugs or my house smelling of curry. I'm not really too sure on that one. And here, one of my most useful trees in the garden. This is an elder. It's got a few buds on there. We'll eventually get the flowers, then we'll get berries, but most important of all, the inside of these branches are quite soft and they can be hollowed out. So look what I've been making. Whistles. Now, I'm going to give you a go, see what Carl thinks of this. That one's a bit of a work in progress. I'll have to practice with that one. We've got some sage, more thyme. This is a standard thyme. And we've got now, as we sweep round, some lavender. Little lavender, not quite in flower yet, but again something that smells quite nice. We've got wild strawberries, a fig tree, and one of the prettiest flowers of all at the moment, we've got a nice flowering currant. The bees absolutely love this one. They've been buzzing around it all day. Here we go, I've got some sweet peas. If the slugs don't have them, they'll be nice. We go round past the bird feeder where there was a cheetah visiting the other day, which was rather disturbing. We've got our eucalyptus tree. I don't have a koala, but if I did, that's what he'd be eating. And we go round, almost round and round from where we came, to our bat box. And oddly enough, we actually do have bats in that box, because I've got a bat detector, and in the evening we watch them flitting in and out. But the thing I am most proud of all, it looks a bit manky, this is an olive tree. And I've got one olive. It's taken almost 20 years, but I now finally have an olive on my tree. Amazing. More herbs. And back we go to where I started with my project I'm supposed to be tidying away. Maybe you'll see later on in the week what I've been up to. Can I remind you all, stay safe, stay well. We'll see you soon. Bye.